Hey, what's going on, everyone? It's Tyler from House of Cards TCG coming at you again with another live duel. This time we have Najee on the right. He's playing Altergeist, and I am on the left playing Virtual World Adventure with a little splash of Swordsoul. As you can see in a deck profile I probably posted by now, but this is a live at locals. We were testing for a 3v3 that we went to, and by the time this posted, we had already completed it. So my deck profile is probably live, and let's go ahead and dive on in to this live locals between Najee and I, Altergeist versus Virtual World.
House of Cards.
TCG.
As always, please make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. We post daily, and we are trying to hit 2,000 subscribers by the end of the month. So please take your time and subscribe to the channel. It would truly mean a lot to us. So we're going to go ahead and see Najee open up with the Marionetter. He is going to go ahead and summon Marionetter. That's going to go ahead and set what seems to be the protocol. I'm pretty sure I remember game one, Najee opened up insane against me, playing against Altergeist, you know. Gotta love it. Combo versus control. And you gotta love seeing the, so we do see a judgment. I think we see duality here. Duality is gonna reveal 3. That's a strike, a chalice, and then I missed what he added to hand there. So we know he's got protocol set. He's got the Marionetter on the field. And then he's got at least a judgment and torrential, it seems. So judgment, torrential, and he's going to pass to me. All right, so top deck. Let's see what we decide to do here. Looks like we open up Enchantress, Draco back, maybe a GG, but we're going to go ahead and first activate Enchantress. So Enchantress will activate. That's going to go ahead and search the right. Let's see if what Najee decides to do here. So he lets it go through. So it allows me to grab the Right of Armisia. We're going to go ahead and straight activate that. He is thinking, maybe he's thinking about judgmenting on this. Or he could be torrentialing. Maybe torrential the token summon. So he lets that resolve. But I guess you would have the torrential after the token's summon. So it would be on res. Faithful comes out, and then that's going to bring out token. And he is thinking here, maybe this is where he does do the torrential. He flips protocol. So now Altergeist can't be responded to. And then we see the multi-faker. So Multi-Faker is going to come out, and then that's going to go ahead and bring out the Siliquist, I believe. It does. So now he's got 2 bounces on top of it. That's insane. Once Altergeist get rolling, man, they get that Multi-Faker. It's just it's tough to stop. All right, so let's see what we decide to do from here. We do have token. We do have Draco back in hand. Draco back is going to provide some kind of because if we could bounce Siliquist, that would be insane. That's what we need to do. So we're going to go ahead and activate Adventure. Adventure is going to go ahead and grab the Griffin. I assume we just discard the Draco back here. Looking at it, looks like we got a lot of Virtual World names here. We're going to head to, I think we opened 2 Roshi, so we just open up the Roshi. We just discard their extra, because I do believe that we opened up 2 Roshi there. So we are going to bring out Griffin. He is thinking here. Let's see. I think he's thinking about torrentialing here. He actually lets it go through. So Najee, if you know one thing about Najee, he's a very patient player. He plays a lot of control, and he very patiently plays the game. He doesn't just shotgun his cards. So he definitely takes his time with things. And let's see what he decides. If he does, maybe he is going to go ahead and sack the Multi-Faker. I think it's going to allow him to send a card from the grave. No. Oh, so let me see. Let me go back to that. Let me see what happened. I'm not 100% sure why he sent the Multi-Faker. Let me just double check here. Yeah, so I just am so dumb because there's protocol. So protocol must have negated the Griffin summon in hand. So he uses the protocol to negate Griffin by sending the Multi-Faker. He is going to go ahead and Draco back here. He's going to force out his Siliquist by bouncing the token. And now we get to play, so we're going to be able to normal summon the GG. And then this, I think, is where it gets met with a torrential, and then I'm just out of plays at this point. Yeah, torrentialing that, like, I broke his board, I played through it, but the torrential was too much, and he still had a judgment, so there wasn't much. Like, I needed that normal summon GG, because that was my extension, right? And then we're going to see Marionetter come back down. Marionetter is going to go ahead and activate. That's going to be able to search. So that's why, like, the torrential was just too much. That's going to go ahead and grab Manifestation. Yeah, so at this point now, like he's got, and especially when you're playing in a locals and it's a time, you only get 40-minute rounds, so you do need to think about that. So when I was looking at his board, I was like, well, I do have a bunch of names in hand. I could OTK, but he's got his deck rolling at this point. He's got Protocol, Manifestation, another set that I'm unaware about. Like it's at this point that I think I just decide that it's probably best to scoop and go into game 2 and let me set up my board, because like I said, locals is time. So Marinator's going to go ahead and target itself and target Multifaker. That's going to revive back the Multifaker. Multifaker effect's going to activate. That's going to bring out the one that attacks directly. I can't think of his name off the top of my head. Let me just double check here. So the one that attacks directly is, in fact, Meluseek. I knew that. I don't know why I was missing that. Meluseek's going to go ahead and send Faithful Adventurer. That was my last follow-up. And then I think he sets another one. Passes. Actually, he's going to use the Pukari in hand to then link summon. So Pukari allows you to link summon from hand. So that's going to bring out the monster negate. Or I think it's spell and trap negate, which is the Hexia. That provides the spell and trap negate. And Meluseek effect is then going to go ahead and activate. When it gets sent to the grave, he gets to add a Altergeist card. So he's going to go ahead and grab another name. And at this point, it's just scoop. Let's go to game 2. So let's see if we can come back from our game 1 loss against Altergeist and see if we can take our game 2. All right, moving on into game 2. You know how it is. We go first, and as you know, my deck is very spicy and provides a board that is extremely hard to beat. But make sure to like and subscribe to the channel and help us get to 2,000 subs as I stand on the chair and risk my life in order to provide great content for you. And basically, I'm just saying how bad that the glare is. I'm trying everything I can to get this worked out where we don't have a glare. I thought I had a good spot, but I feel like every week it's getting a little bit better. We're figuring out good matches. We're putting up less glare and providing pretty good quality content. So if all that being said, please make sure to sub. Help us get to 2,000, and we truly appreciate it. So, all right, moving on into game 2. Like I said, it is past the 3v3, probably when the time this gets posted. So, as you know, I do have a little spice in my deck. Hopefully, at the 3v3, I place well with it, but I play a Swordsoul small 2-card package, which lets me get to Yazi, lets me get to Baxia, lets me get to Grandmaster. So, I think we're going to be able to see it on this one. We're going to open up with the E-Telly. E-Telly is then going to go ahead and bring out Nian. And I'm just going to play because it's Altergeist and he's on his phone. So we're going to Lulu, target Nian. That's going to go ahead and send the Chuchi. That's going to add City. Then we're going to go ahead and activate City. That's going to go ahead and bring out Chuchi. And from here, we just got to be able to get to our Beatrice because we obviously didn't open up with the Water Enchantress. So we're probably going to go for Stardust. And then that's going to enable us to get out our Roshi. And I don't respect Nib here. I'm pretty confident just because I'm playing against the back row deck. And I he could be on it, but likelihood could be small. So we're going to go ahead and Stardust draw. Hopefully we draw into a Water Enchantress or a Right. That's kind of my goal. Either way, I still have follow-up, though. Like, I'm not dead on the Stardust. But we are going to go ahead and go Roshi, target Chuchi. That's going to send Qinglong. If we do get met with Nib, well, we still have plenty of follow-up. So it is unfortunate if we do, but we got to play what we got to play. So we're going to go ahead and bring back Lulu. I think we're thinking on Nian. I think we do just go ahead and bring back Nian. Again, not respecting Nib whatsoever. We're going to go ahead and go Roshi, Stardust, overlay for Beatrice. Beatrice effect is then going to go ahead and activate. That's going to pitch Roshi, and he's going to imperm the Beatrice, which is fine. That's fine. Imperm doesn't hurt us. Like, imperming Beatrice didn't really do anything to us. It just stopped us from getting into our Water Enchantress. Now we can go Qinglong. Qinglong can search either Gigi or Roshi. Or Kirin, I mean. We're going to grab Gigi. Then I don't see we discard. It's a spell, so I would imagine we discarded like another Qinglong or something. We are going to Gigi. Gigi looks like it sent Zhang Wu. That's going to go ahead and bring it out. Then we get to add an end phase. Looks like we have Draco back and something else in hand. And I think the line here is just basically we want to go... We could up a level. We have Zhang Wu to bring back. So we could, in fact, go... Looking through the deck list, right? We could up the level. Interesting. I was just telling Najee, I said the Imperb actually caught me off guard. I wasn't ready for it because I was expecting to go full combo there. But I think the play is we definitely have Shinshin here. If not, we have Shinshin, probably another on board. So we're gonna target Nian with Chuchi. That's gonna go ahead and make a level 9. I think we're thinking again. So I guess you guys aren't going to see me go full combo, which is unfortunate. Nian is banished there. I don't know why I didn't do that, but I probably correct it. There goes Shin Shin down. Let's see if I fix that. Please fix it, Tyler. You know what you're doing. You've been playing Virtual World. You know Nian is banished. Okay, so I send Lulu. There we go. Okay, Lulu's better. So we're actually going to send Lulu, not Nian. And that's upping the level of Lulu. Naji's a good friend, so we're playing together here. So that's going to bring back Gigi. Then we're going to be able to overlay those. That's going to bring out the Fortune Tooth. So what we did was we upped the level of Lulu, then took Lulu and the Gigi, made Shin Shin, and then we took the Zhongwu, brought back a Gigi, then Nian and Gigi, overlaid for Fortune Tune, and then that's going to be able to get us into Zeus next turn, basically. And then Beatrice here is going to send Water Enchantress on standby, and that's going to set up our right next turn and be able to put in work. So, I know there's a lot going on, but again, we're testing for the 3v3. Naji's also going to be playing in it, so that's essentially what we're doing. He's a very, very fortunate he let me go ahead and do that play. I don't think it matters, though. It stopped just Nian from getting bitten. Like, it doesn't matter. Also, Gigi have to add Lulu back in phase, and didn't do that. I actually have a coin now, and the coin is going to allow me to remind myself to use Gigi to add back Lulu. So he's going to open up with Extravagance. Extravagance is going to be able to draw 2. Fortune Tooth is basically just indestructible, and I only brought that out basically to put it there and just go for Zeus next turn. Let's see what Naji decides to do here. He is going to go ahead and Dark Ruler my board, which is pretty impactful. I'm not going to lie. Not that you see that very often, but he does open up with the Dark Ruler there, hits me. And then he's going to go ahead and bring out the one that attacks directly. Why do I keep forgetting that name? Let me just double check. I keep forgetting his name for some Meluseek. Why do I keep forgetting it? So let's see what Naji decides to hit into here. He is going to go Meluseek into, I would imagine, my Fortune Tune. All right, it's actually going to take Meluseek and Pukari from hand, and that's going to be able to link him off. And that is going to link off into the Link 2, which is the Hexia. So that is the Spell and Trap Negate, but it has to point to a monster, which it looks like he does have follow-up in his hand. So it's looking actually really good for the Altergeist player here. You're going to see the... So you get to add Pukari back to the hand, is what he's telling me, when it gets sent to the graveyard. But he's going to use the Meluseek effect first. So Meluseek is going to send the Hexia, potentially. Let's see what Naji's doing here. Maybe my Altergeist players can help me out. So he is going to go ahead. So I just dug into it. I think he used the Meluseek and used the effect of Meluseek to send Hexia. You actually can't do it because it says opponent's cards. Unless I'm incorrect there. Correct me if I'm wrong. But it does say opponent's card. But he used the Meluseek to send the Hexia. Then Hexia gets to add him a card from deck. The one that he added off the Pukari, I think it was the one that negates the attack, which is really good because he knows that I'm going to go for a Zeus line. It does look like he's going to add Protocol here. The Meluseek may have been a misplay. I need to double check that, but it does say opponent's card. But you're going to see a set 2 and pass here. We do get our monsters back. And we open Harpy Feather Duster, which is insane. That's insane here. So he's going to chain Protocol. So Protocol is then going to go in that a strike. The strike was so good. So that brings out the Multi-Faker. He's going to chain so Protocol activates, then he chains Multi-Faker to summon itself. Harpy is going to resolve. It's going to wiping the Protocol and the strike. Then that's going to bring out the Siliquist, which is the bounce. And of course, we have a Chuchi that deals with that. So I think this is going to be all she wrote for game 2 for Naji. Let's just see how we play it. We still have Water Enchantress and Grave 2 and Draco back. So we got plenty of follow back. We're going to go ahead and go Qinglong. Qinglong is then going to go ahead and add a Roshi. And we're going to discard GG here. Now we're going to use the Water Enchantress. Water Enchantress is going to go ahead and search out right. We're going to go ahead and activate right. First, actually, we're going to go ahead and Chuchi pop the Siliquist. He's going to chain Siliquist, shuffling back the Shinshin. So that basically clears his board. Now we just free play, just have to OTK here at this point, which I think we're going to be able to do. I think because especially because we have Roshi, we have right. Let's see what we're just going over what I know in hand. So there's basically nothing that he has here. So we're going to go ahead and Lulu, target Chuchi. That's going to send the Qinglong. I would imagine since we have Roshi in hand, that probably adds a Kirin. Yeah, we got to remember our GG at an end phase, really. I got to get better about that, as well as, you know, some other things, the discarding. I always sometimes get ahead of myself and then can forget about the discard, which I've done. But we're going to go ahead and GG, target Lulu. That's going to send the Chuchi. And looking at our board, we have 25 on Beatrice, 400 on Fortune Tune. We still have rights to use. So we're going to go ahead and Roshi target the Chuchi. We're pretty confident he does not have Nib in hand because he would have nibbed us anyway. And that's going to go ahead and bring back the GG. And I think this is a swing for game here. And the whole time I said I forgot I had right in hand because that's 2K. But, yeah, we're going to still be able to hit this. We got Shinshin right here. And Shinshin is going to be the death of this deck anyway. So I'm pretty sure this is a swing for game. All right, so we are going to move on into game number 3. We're going to see the Altergeist player, I would assume, go first. And let's see if we're able to deal with the Altergeist board and keep on going. So headed on to game number 3 after siding. All right, so we're going to see Naji go first here. Altergeist player, pretty good. Again, please make sure to like and subscribe. And if you enjoy the content, please let me know down below. I thoroughly enjoy commentating over these. It helps me as a player as well as I like doing these contests. So if you like it, please comment down below. Let me know so we can continue to make these. All right, Naji's hand. I do see a pot of duality, and I can't see what else there, but we're going to see the Marionetter come down. So Marionetter is going to go ahead and grab Protocol, and then that's a pretty good start. Not going to lie, but it all depends on what we have here in our hand. Gotta know what you're going up against and side correctly. So I know I do side Cosmics. Cosmics are pretty good. We're going to see Imperm duality off the duality. That's not what you want to see off a duality. That is unfortunate. That's actually a bad mill there. All right, let's see. He is what he does next. We're gonna see a set 2 more and a pass. We got Protocol, 2 others, and the Marionetter in hand. I might be multi-figure too. All right, so our hand looks like we have a right, which is a really good start. Yeah, I did see the right. So right's gonna come down. That's gonna grab the Faithful. I think I see 2 GGs and a Draco back. Those are pretty strong, and then another monster in the middle. So we'll see what we do here, what line we choose to go. So that's going to go ahead and bring out a token, and then add the Faithful Adventurer. Again, the glare is pretty bad. Sorry about that side of the board. And then we're going to go ahead and activate Faithful Adventurer here. That is going to go ahead and grab the Griffin. Or Water Enchantress. So now we know what our last card is the Griffin. And we're going to discard the Draco back. Draco back effect is then going to activate. That's going to go ahead and equip itself. That's going to allow us to bounce one of his back rows, which I think is really important here. We know about his protocol, so we could force a protocol here. So I'm basically telling him that the effect is to target the token. See what Naji decides to do here. I think it is something that he has to deal with because that bounce is just not good for him. I mean, to be able to bounce anything on the field, set or face up, is ridiculous. That card is broken. At first, it was like, okay, if you're going first, you take it out. Absolutely not. It's just so good on the follow-up. It's a main deck, and you just keep it in. So he lets that go. I think we do the Draco back here. So let's see what we decide to do here. We're going to go ahead and we are going to force the protocol by doing the Draco back, targeting. He lets that go through. That's a bounce. Now we activate the Griffin, and now the Griffin is going to provide us with the Omni Negate. So the Griffin is going to be able to summon itself. So the Draco back dealing with the protocol there. It's really strong. So Griffin is going to be able to come out, and we're essentially going for OTK here. So Torrential is fine. Not worried about it. We do have double GG, which is really good. So we are going to normal summon out the GG. Let's see what he flips here. He is going to go ahead and flip out the spoofing. Yeah, so spoofing is going to allow him to go ahead and grab a different Altergeist monster. So he's going to go ahead and Siliquist, put that back in the deck, grab Multi-Faker, I would assume. Yep, so he does grab Multi-Faker here. Looking back, do you negate spoofing? I don't think so. What are you worried about, right? So now we're going to go ahead and activate Multi-Faker. Multi-Faker's Chalice. We got the Chalice. We're going to Chalice Multi-Faker. That's it. GG's, baby. Now we're going to go ahead and Kieran's going to be able to target the GG. Yeah, that Chalice, that's what it was. The Chalice on the Multi-Faker was insane because that stops the Siliquist from coming back out. Now we have one trap to deal with on his back row, and we already have Griffin. So it's basically just free play now. So Kieran, our double foolish, is going to send Chuchi and Qinglong. Then Enchantress is going to be our discard for Chuchi. Chuchi's going to grab Lulu. Lulu is then going to send the Zhanwu, grab City. And it's off to the races. We're going to put up the Chuchi. Chuchi is the boss monster of the deck. People have a hard time just dealing with Chuchi all day. Like, it's insane that people have such a problem dealing with Chuchi. So we're looking pretty good here. Pretty good. And I think we're going to be able to get the Lulu and Baron. Potentially, maybe. Nope, we're just going to go combo here. So we're going to go for Stardust. Stardust is going to allow us to draw. I am interested to see what this last back row is. But I think the Stardust draw here is just going to provide us with a discard for the Zhanwu, is what I'm assuming. So we are going to draw off the Stardust. And now we could go overlay for M7 or even Fan. Fan would be really good here too. But M7 is pretty good. All depends on what line we want to see to basically OTK. And there is 2 minutes left in the round. I just heard him say that, so I think this one does go into time a little bit. But I think we're looking for an OTK line here is basically what we're looking for. So we are going to go ahead and overlay. We overlay for the Fan. I think Fan is a good one here. So Fan, what it does is it banishes one in the grave and one on face up on the field. So we could banish the Multi-Faker here. Forces an imperm, for sure. Like, that is the whole point of that. Fan was to force that imperm. Just get it out of there. Looking back, do we go ahead and Griffin? I don't know. I don't know if we Griffin negate that. We're trying to OTK again, do damage. Now we could Zhanwu. Zhanwu can bring back the Kieran. Might have been worth it just to Griffin negate the imperm now that I look back on it, because now we know the last card in hand. We know protocols in hand, and we know... It's interesting. I don't know. I don't know if we do or not. So we Kieran swing into there, Token swings into the other one. Now we deal 4,600 life point damage. We weren't able to get the OTK, unfortunately, but I think that there was a way that we do, and I think that is through Fan. But he is going to go ahead and open up the Extravagance, which is really good. And I do hear the time being called. Yeah, so I was talking about if I negate the Pot of Extravagance here, and then he allows Protocol be live next turn with the Meluseek. So I still have Chuchi to deal with, and we're just going back and forth on it. If we did get to play this game out, where would it go to? But I do end up actually winning in time, so that is going to go to the Virtual World player here. Najee, a really good opponent, so kudos, congrats, props to him because he's a really good player. But I'd love to see this game play out and kind of see what would have happened here, because it would have been definitely close back to forth if time wasn't a factor, because I didn't want to stall. I like giving people a turn, so I don't want to win in time like that. So I wanted to make sure Najee had a turn. If I thought about it more, I think there was a chance that I OTK. But yeah, Virtual World does take this one down. I'm sure we'll see a rematch in the future. And what do you guys think? If this one played out, does the Altergeist player get it, or do I get it with Virtual World? Let me know down below in the comments. And as always, I appreciate everybody for watching. This has been Tyler with House of Cards TCG, signing out.
House of Cards
TCG.